What if I told you that one of the world's most beloved violinists just dropped news so unexpected, it left his entire fan base absolutely speechless? Yes, that André Rieu, the man who made waltzes cool again and brought classical music back into the hearts of millions. Whether you've watched his magical concerts in sold-out stadiums or stumbled upon one of his mesmerizing performances on YouTube, you know there's something uniquely timeless about his music. His concerts don't just showcase technical brilliance, they radiate joy, community, and connection. But recently, André made an announcement that not only broke tradition but opened the door to an entirely new chapter. And trust me, it's one that fans didn't see coming, so here's the scoop. Picture this. The setting is the iconic Vrijthof Square in Maastricht, a city that has become synonymous with Rieu's name. The cobbled streets are alive with anticipation, the air buzzing with energy as thousands of fans from around the world gather. Flags wave, champagne bottles pop, and people smile in multiple languages. André walks onto the stage dressed in his classic black tailcoat and takes his familiar place in front of the Johann Strauss Orchestra. The music swells, the lights glitter, and for a moment, all is exactly as it has always been. Magical. But then, something changes. Midway through the evening, just as fans expect another heartwarming rendition of the Blue Danube, or perhaps an emotional solo from one of the orchestra's vocalists, André steps forward, holding the mic in a rare moment of silence. The orchestra quiets behind him. He pauses. And in that instant, the crowd knows something is different. He begins by thanking his fans for their loyalty, their joy, and their shared belief in the power of music. But then he says something no one expected. This next year, André begins, his voice steady but soft, will mark a new chapter, not just for me, but for all of us who believe music brings people together. At first, the audience is stunned. A new chapter? What does that even mean? Is he retiring? Is this the end of the Maastricht concerts? Fans hold their breath. Some clasp their hands together, others shake their heads in disbelief. But then, the announcement begins to unfold, layer by layer, and it turns out it's not the end at all. It's a beginning. André Rieu, known for decades of glittering performances and emotional concerts, is pivoting towards something deeply meaningful. He is launching a global music education initiative, a project designed to bring classical music into the lives of children in underprivileged communities all around the world. Imagine this. Children in villages with no access to music education suddenly receiving instruments, instruction, and inspiration, all because one maestro believes that music should not be a privilege, but a universal right. His goal? To create a global network of young musicians who learn not just to play, but to dream. This isn't just charity, it's legacy building on the grandest scale. André shared his dream of partnering with schools, nonprofits, and local artists across continents. His foundation will provide instruments, violins, flutes, cellos, even pianos, and training programs led by his own team of seasoned musicians. These aren't pre-recorded videos or stiff manuals, they're interactive lessons, mentorships, and real human connection. It's classic André, making music not just accessible, but personal. But that's not all. André is also shaking up the way we think about his music. In a completely unexpected twist, he revealed that he's working on a brand new album. And this time, it's going beyond the bounds of classical tradition. We're talking collaborations with jazz musicians, world music artists, and yes, even some pop influences. He hinted at instruments never before featured in his orchestras, saxophones, tablas, even the haunting melodies of a sitar. For a man whose signature is 18th and 19th century waltzes, this move is bold, it's daring. And if the sneak peek he gave is any indication, it works. Just imagine the signature André Rieu orchestral warmth fused with the smoky allure of jazz or the vibrant rhythms of Latin percussion. What started as a refined, almost regal experience is now expanding into a celebration of global music cultures. Some fans were surprised. Could this really be the same Rieu? But that's the beauty of it. André has always embraced joy, unity, and emotion, and those themes translate in every musical language. The introduction of new genres into Rieu's repertoire hasn't diluted his essence. It has enriched it. The swirling violins that once carried the elegance of Strauss are now dancing alongside jazz saxophones and Latin congas, forming a soundscape that's broader, more inclusive, and infinitely more dynamic. These are not gimmicks or commercial experiments, they are genuine explorations rooted in André's lifelong curiosity and love for musical storytelling. He's not trying to reinvent himself for the sake of relevance. He's allowing his artistry to evolve in step with a world that is increasingly interconnected, musically and culturally. For instance, his collaborations with international musicians have introduced new textures to his performances. A single piece might now begin with a haunting solo cello before unfolding into a tango-inspired rhythm section, drawing from Argentinian traditions, or a smooth jazz trumpet might slip seamlessly into a waltz, turning a classic composition into something entirely unexpected yet emotionally resonant. And it works because Rieu doesn't just add sounds, he absorbs them, interprets them, and lets them breathe through his orchestra. This blending of cultures has not only expanded his audience, but has also invited listeners from different backgrounds to see themselves reflected in his music. It's not about abandoning classical roots, it's about inviting the world into the concert hall and allowing every voice to be heard. Then came the part that brought many to tears. With a soft smile, André shared that he would be scaling back his summer tour schedule, the very series of performances that turned Maastricht into an annual pilgrimage for fans. He explained that after decades of performing, traveling, and living life under the spotlight, he feels called to shift some of his focus to mentoring the next generation. He wants to spend more time with his family. He wants to teach, and he wants to give space to others. It wasn't a goodbye, far from it, but it was a change, and fans felt it deeply. Some had tears in their eyes, remembering their first Rieu concert, or the songs they danced to with loved ones now gone. The music has meant so much to so many, and now he's passing the torch. But don't worry, André isn't disappearing. In fact, his team has been working tirelessly on expanding his digital reach. He's building a global streaming platform, a kind of virtual concert hall where fans can tune into performances, behind-the-scenes footage, interviews, and exclusive releases. Whether you're in New York or Nairobi, you'll be able to experience the magic of André's music, in your pajamas with a warm drink in hand, and here's something truly exciting. His new youth music initiative isn't just for kids. He's opening up virtual masterclasses for anyone eager to learn. Some classes will be taught by André himself, others by members of the Johann Strauss Orchestra, and thanks to donations and fan support, many of these classes will be low-cost or completely free. World-renowned composer Hans Zimmer once said, "When you teach music, you don't just teach notes. You teach imagination." That's exactly what André is doing. He's not just giving kids scales and etudes. He's giving them access to possibility, to confidence, to creativity, and that's a gift that could last a lifetime. But wait. We're not done. There's buzz about some major surprise collaborations in the works. While André played it coy, word on the street is that one of his upcoming duets may involve a K-pop artist. Yes, you heard that right. Classical waltz meets Korean pop. At first it sounds odd. But then again, isn't that what André has always been about? Breaking down walls, blending tradition with freshness, and creating experiences that people never forget? And let's not forget, this shift in focus doesn't mean the end of André's concerts. Far from it. He'll still perform, just more intentionally. Select cities, curated events, and special moments where the magic can be felt more intimately, instead of 50 shows a year, maybe 10, but each one an unforgettable masterpiece. All of this points to a powerful truth. André Rieu is evolving, and in doing so he's inviting all of us, his fans, his peers, the next generation, to evolve with him. This moment marks more than just an artistic pivot, it's a philosophical one. André Rieu, the man whose name has become synonymous with joy, elegance, and musical unity, isn't just expanding his career. He's deepening his legacy. For decades, Rieu has thrilled audiences with elaborate waltz performances, romantic orchestrations, and the kind of musical grandeur that bridges generations. But now, this transition shows us a different side of him, one that is more introspective, more purposeful, and perhaps even more impactful than ever before. At its heart, Rieu's announcement isn't only about slowing down tour dates or experimenting with new sounds, it's about sustainability, legacy, and empowerment. By focusing on education and community access, he's placing music where it belongs, in the hands of people who might never have imagined it could be theirs. He's asking us to look beyond the glittering ballrooms and massive outdoor concerts and see the quiet, almost sacred act of placing a violin in a child's hand for the first time. Think about that for a moment. Imagine a young girl in a rural village who has never heard the notes of a waltz, never seen an orchestra, never known what it means to hold an instrument that can make her heart soar. Now imagine that through André's initiative, she is not only given access to music, she's given access to a future filled with possibility. That is not just generous, that is transformational. It shifts the narrative from entertainment to empowerment. What Rieu is doing also challenges an old assumption that classical music is only for the elite. Historically, classical music has been perceived as a refined pursuit for the wealthy or the highly educated. André has spent his entire career chipping away at that barrier, making music joyful, human, and accessible. This next chapter just takes that mission even further. He's not content to simply bring people to the concert halls. He's now committed to bringing the concert halls to the people, wherever they are. And this change didn't come out of nowhere. For those who have followed Rieu closely, you'll know he's always been attuned to the emotional pulse of his audience. His performances have often felt like conversations, moments when the music speaks not only through the instruments, but through every shared glance, every smile exchanged between conductor and audience. He senses what people need, and he responds not with words, but with melody. That same instinct is at play here. The world is changing, and André Rieu is listening. He's noticed the digital shift, the rise of global connection, the hunger for meaning in the face of uncertainty, and he's answering not by clinging to old routines but by embracing innovation. That includes live streaming more concerts, designing interactive digital experiences, and even exploring unexpected musical collaborations that break genre boundaries. If you told fans 10 years ago that André Rieu would be performing alongside a jazz trumpeter or a K-pop vocalist, they might have laughed. But today, it feels not only possible, it feels right. And let's not forget the emotional weight behind his scaled-back touring schedule. For someone like Rieu, who has made live performance the centerpiece of his identity, this decision didn't come lightly. It wasn't about exhaustion or fading relevance, far from it. It was a conscious, thoughtful choice to create space. Space for family, space for mentorship, space for planting seeds that won't just bloom now, but for years to come. It's a kind of wisdom that only comes with experience, the recognition that sometimes doing less allows you to give more. The response from his fans has been overwhelmingly supportive. Sure, there was initial sadness. After all, Rieu's summer tours have become treasured rituals for so many. Families plan vacations around them, couples relive anniversaries to his melodies, and countless fans have shared stories of personal healing tied to those unforgettable performances. But even amid the bittersweet emotions, there's an overwhelming sense of gratitude, because this isn't goodbye, this is evolution, and fans recognize the courage it takes for an artist to not just stay relevant, but to stay true. His peers, too, are taking notice. Musicians and composers from across the globe are celebrating Rieu's next steps, not just because of what they represent musically, but because of the signal they send to the industry. It's a call to responsibility, a reminder that artists can be more than entertainers. They can be educators, visionaries, healers. In many ways, Rieu is setting a precedent for what it means to age gracefully in the public eye, not by clinging to the spotlight, but by shifting it toward those who are rising behind him. And the next generation? They're watching closely. Aspiring musicians see in André not just a star, but a mentor, someone who turned violins into vessels of joy and orchestras into movements of unity. Now, through his online masterclasses and educational outreach, they don't just watch him from afar, they get to learn directly from the ethos he's cultivated. That sense of accessibility, of intimacy, is invaluable, and it ensures that The world Rieu helped create will continue to expand long after he steps away from the stage lights. In many ways, this moment feels like a beautiful inversion of his career's early days. Back then, he was the rebel, the classically trained musician who dared to make classical music fun, festive, even funny. He challenged stuffy conventions and reminded people that music should move your heart as much as your intellect. And now, at this new juncture, he's once again challenging the status quo. This time by showing that legacy isn't built by staying the same, it's built by knowing when to grow, when to give back, and when to listen to what the world truly needs. Through this evolution, Rieu is telling us something profound. Music isn't just performance, it's purpose, it's connection, it's possibility. And that's perhaps his most enduring gift, not just the performances we've loved, but the permission he's given all of us to let music shape our lives in ways that are deep, personal, and lasting. So as André Rieu moves forward, as a musician, a mentor, and a global citizen, he's inviting us to do the same, to embrace change, to find new rhythms, and to remember that in the hands of someone who truly loves music, even silence can become a symphony. So how do you stay connected in this new André era? Start by checking out his global streaming platform. It's like having a front row seat to every performance, right from your living room. You'll find concert replays, documentaries, personal messages, and even virtual meet and greets. It's a way to stay close, no matter the distance. Next, consider supporting or joining his youth music initiative. Whether you're a teacher, a parent, or just someone who loves what André stands for, you can be a part of it. Even small donations help put instruments in the hands of children who've never had a chance to learn music. And finally, keep your eyes peeled for those surprise collaborations. Rumors include duets with famous vocalists, orchestral remixes of pop hits, and performances that cross genres in ways we've never seen from André before. If anyone can pull it off with grace and charm, it's him. So here's the question. How do you feel about André Rieu's big shift? Are you excited to see this new chapter unfold? Does it make you reflect on how music has shaped your own life? We want to hear from you. Drop a comment below and tell us, what's your favorite André Rieu performance or memory? Maybe it was a waltz that played at your wedding. Maybe a song that helped you through a tough time. Maybe it was the smile on your child's face the first time they saw a violinist live. These are the stories that connect us. And if you enjoyed this behind-the-scenes look at André's surprising news, don't miss our video, The Time André Rieu Made an Entire Stadium Cry. It's a beautiful ride, full of emotion, laughter, and yes, tissues are recommended. Before you go, don't forget to give this video a like, tap that subscribe button, and ring the bell so you never miss another moment in music history. Because here it's not just about the notes. It's about the journey, the stories, and the people who make the world a little more beautiful, one melody at a time. Thanks for watching, and remember, it's never too late to let music surprise you.